you. You are really a global citizen in the real, I think, great sense of the term. Moving from Kolkata at 17 to Singapore, then to Europe, then to Africa, then to South America, and now you are living in Costa Rica. Do borders as unique places have any meaning for you? How do you look at what unknown home or roots, or do you remain like the famous Bhupen Hazarika song, Moi Ek Jajabor? Baklai jetake bole ami ek Jajabor. Do you see yourself as a Jajabor eternally?
Yeah, thank you for that question, and it's a very interesting question because I left India at a very young age, and literally even now I consider myself as a nomad, Jajabor. That's because I have grown up in different continents of the world, and in each continent where I lived, I was staying with local families, eating their food, wearing their costumes, working in those countries, making little money, and then traveling with that money. And that's how I got a bite size of every culture and belief system and traditions and religions. And somewhere at the end of it, it's like your definition of life itself transcends to another level. You are no more from one culture. So, for example, let's say someone who is from here, who has never left this place, that person's personal truth will depend on the belief systems and cultures and traditions of this place. Whereas when you go to another country, what people think is good is totally opposite from what people think is good here. So what is polite in one culture is impolite in another culture. What is right in one country is wrong in another country. And at the end of it, your definition of self just takes on an entirely new level, and you start to look at everything as the human story, basically. So, yes, I live in Costa Rica, and I live with a Mexican family in Costa Rica as a paying guest. And everywhere I lived, I have experienced a different culture. And sometimes I would be like, what is right, what is wrong, what should I say, what shouldn't I say that would offend, So home for me is literally the whole world. It's the human picture, and it's different everywhere. Culture brings variety, it brings color to our existence, but identifying too strongly with any particular culture could also be detrimental.
So your book, Life is Abracadabra, so these are the experiences you're reflecting or your attitude, right?
Well, my book actually talks about a new level, a new dimension of reality, because this book doesn't just talk about travel stories. It is actually a journey to destiny, which is filled with synchronicities and magical encounters, meaningful coincidences that materialized impossible dreams, that got me out of inescapable situations, disentangled unworkable problems, and saved my life several times, because I lived in some of the most dangerous countries of the world, and I was alone, and there was nobody to protect me. I was very young, and I had to protect myself, and I didn't have a lot of money, so I could not, just hail a cab and go. I had to literally walk on the streets of Venezuela, where people get murdered on the streets on a daily basis. I say they first shoot you before they loot you. Just that kind of situation. So in those circumstances, I survived and I came out of it unscratched. Like so many times I felt I was going through these life-threatening situations, and I thought that I would not survive. I would die. And then something so magical would happen, which would take me out of that situation, that I felt there was some higher power that was protecting me. And this book, Abracadabra, the meaning of Abracadabra in Aramaic, it's Abracadabra, meaning I shall create as I speak, or I create like the spoken word. And it has a Hebrew origin, which comes from three words: Ab meaning father, Ben meaning son, and Ruach HaKadosh, meaning Holy Spirit. So basically it refers to the Trinity, that is life. So just to finish, wrap up.
That we actually really get discover more of it. But since that you discovered yourself when you moved out of your
Yeah, I discovered life itself on a different dimension of reality. So where, you don't look at problems or challenges the way you do. Like normally we say this happened to me. But I say it also happens through you. So basically, instead of action reaction, it becomes more like action creation. So that is what I discovered because I started my journey with a crippling back injury and I was suicidal. I wanted to commit suicide, and then I had a spontaneous remission. Those times, at university, I thought my life had no meaning, and I did not want to live like a crippled person for the rest of my life. And that's when my first encounter with magic happened. And when I had this spontaneous remission, of course I did something crazy which just cured me. I realized that there is so much more to life. So I didn't just want to stay in Singapore in my computer engineering career. I wanted to move out and know myself in experience. And then this whole voyage happened.
Interesting. Very interesting. And within your short life, young life, you have done